Hi, boys and girls. It's been a long time since we've seen each other, and I've missed seeing you at school. But thanks to modern technology, we can still have music classes together online, and we can still sing and give thanks and praise to God through the gift of music. When we sing songs, hymns, and spiritual songs, it's a great way to bless the Lord, to encourage one another. And I hope and pray that this would be something that would lift up your spirits. And as you know, I love talking about the stories behind hymns, songs that were written a long time ago, but also songs that are written here in our time right now. In fact, the last day of classes at Pacific Bay, I went home and I got a brand new CD, and I was so excited about sharing all these songs with you, but we can do them together online. So I'll be introducing you to them over the next few weeks. But for today, I'm going to tell you about a medley. Do you remember what a medley is? We've talked about them before in other music classes. And a medley is an arrangement of two or more songs that you can put together in a special arrangement so that it's almost like a brand new song. And so I'm going to introduce you to one here called The Lily of the Valley. And as you can see through the picture, it's from Patch the Pirate. I've talked to you about him before and introduced a lot of his songs to you. And so they put together this special arrangement. So I'm going to play this for you first.
I have found a friend in Jesus, he's everything to me. He's the fairest of 10,000 to my soul. The lily of the valley, in him alone I see all I need to cleanse and make me fully whole. In sorrow he's my comfort, in trouble he's my stay. He tells me every care on him to know. He's a lily of the valley, the bright and morning star. He's a fairest of 10,000 to my soul.
And here's the second song.
What a friend we have in Jesus, all our sins and griefs to bear. What a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. Oh, what peace we often forfeit. Oh, what needless pain we bear. Oh, because we do not carry everything to God in prayer.
Now back to the first song.
He's the fairest of 10,000 to my soul. All I need to bless it, make me fully whole. In sorrow, he's my comfort. In trouble, he's my strength. He tells me every care on him to hold. He's the lily of the valley, the bright and morning star. He's the fairest of 10,000 to my soul.
And here's the special ending.
He's the fairest of 10,000 to my soul. He's the fairest of 10,000 to my soul.
And just like a lot of other songs, you notice there's a special ending here. And I like how when they change things and mix things up like this, and I would get the boys and the girls to take different parts. So the girls would go first and they would sing He's the Fairest of 10,000. And as soon as they're done singing 10,000, they keep continuing on with To My Soul. But then the boys come and then they sing he's the fairest of 10,000, and as soon as they sing 10,000 and they keep singing, the girls jump in and finish up he's the fairest of 10,000, and then everybody ends together to my soul. And this is a great way to add variety to a song, like a medley. And I think it's fun when we mix it up with boys and girls and older kids, younger kids, as you know, we do in class. You can still do that. And so I'm going to tell you about the person who wrote this song. And he was born in Scotland a long time ago. And he was buried there as well after he spent a lot of time working for the Salvation Army in London. So this is Mr. William Charles Fry, and he was born in the year 1838. So that's almost 100 years ago, and he only lived to about 44 years old. But I think it's also because he obviously worked hard, had a hard life. It says here he was a bricklayer by trade. So he had to make bricks, do a lot of hard, heavy lifting. So he did the same kind of work that his own father did as well. But thankfully, he also had fun hobbies. He played the violin, the cello, piano, cornet, and harmonium. What's a harmonium? That's not something we hear about nowadays. And what does it look like? Looks similar to some of the instruments I've shown you in other music classes. Looks like a keyboard in a box. There are some small ones and there are some big ones. There are some as big as an upright piano, and it's a free reed instrument. So you just push down on the keys and wind goes through the instrument and the sound comes out through the back here. And so this is one of the many instruments that Mr. Fry played with his family. And it's funny how he and his family got to be part of the Salvation Army, because during this time, over 100 years ago, in London, the Salvation Army was started just like it does today to help the poor and the needy in a lot of big cities. And so it started in London. And so Mr. Fry and his three sons noticed how the crowds, the people were very rough, mean, and cruel to the preachers, the ministers of the Salvation Army, and they volunteered to be their bodyguards. And can you guess what kind of weapons they had when they were working as bodyguards for the Salvation Army? Their weapons were their instruments, the cornet, the violin, the cello, and before you know it, they became the marching band for the Salvation Army. And so everywhere the speakers went, they followed them, they protected them against rough characters in the crowd, but they also played beautiful music that attracted more people to them. And so that's how he got to write a song like The Lily of the Valley. It was during this time that he was creating a lot more music. And so God gave him wisdom to write this beautiful song that still exists and is still well known and popular today. So let's play this song again so that you can be more familiar with the tune. And then I'm going to talk some more about the rest of the song next time. But let's go back to the beginning so we could do the first part of the song, The Lily of the Valley, that Mr. Fry wrote for us. everything to me. He's the fairest of 10,000 to my soul. The lily of the valley, in him alone I see all I need to cleanse and make me fully whole. In sorrow he's my comfort, in trouble he's my stay. He tells me every care on him to roll. He's the lily of the valley, the bright and morning star. He's the fairest of 10,000 to my soul. So this is just the first part of this song, The Lily of the Valley. So I will be back again to talk about the rest of this song. So see you in the next